Another key responsibility of the highway maintenance foreman or supervisor is determining the amount of asphalt materials that will be required to successfully complete the repairs. It is crucial that correct asphalt mix tonnage amounts be ordered and delivered to the job site to assure adequate material is available to complete the work without delays. Let us now look at some information and formulas that are used to determine the amount of asphalt mix needed to perform a deep patch repair. Determining the amount of asphalt mix needed basically involves 3 steps. Finding the weight of compacted asphalt in pounds per square yard. Calculating the total square yards of the area to be repaired. And then determining the asphalt tonnage needed to make the repair. In determining the amount of asphalt mix needed to make the repair, we first need to find the weight of compacted asphalt. To do this, it is important to remember a general rule of thumb. 1 inch of compacted asphalt, 1 square yard in area, weighs 110 pounds. This rule of thumb applies to all asphalt mixes, whether the mix is 25 millimeter or 9.5 millimeter mix. Therefore, to find the weight per square yard of compacted asphalt for a patch that will be 6 inches deep, we multiply the depth of the patch in inches by 110 pounds. Using our rule of thumb, we find that the weight per square yard of compacted asphalt for a patch 6 inches deep is 660 pounds per square yard. Once we have found the weight per square yard of compacted asphalt for our patch, we need to calculate the total square yards of the area to be repaired. To do this, we will need to use a formula. The formula for calculating the total square yards of the area to be patched is the length of the area in feet multiplied by the width of the area in feet divided by 9. 9 is the number of square feet in a square yard. Let us look at this formula more closely. First, determine the size of the area to be repaired. This is done by multiplying the length in feet times the width in feet. The result is the size of the area in square feet. Remember to always round up to the nearest foot for the length and width. For example, a patch measuring 21.5 feet by 4.5 feet would be rounded up to 22 feet by 5 feet. Rounding up to the next foot will help ensure that enough material is ordered for the area being patched. Once we have the size of the area to be patched in square feet, next we convert the area in square feet to square yards. We do this by dividing the size of the area in square feet by 9, the number of square feet in a square yard. The result is the total square yards of the area to be repaired. Now that we have the weight of compacted asphalt in pounds per square yard and the total square yards of the area to be repaired, we can then determine the asphalt tonnage needed to make the repair. We do this by multiplying the total weight of compacted asphalt in pounds per square yard times the total square yards of the area to be repaired. The result is the total pounds of asphalt needed to make the repair. Finally, we convert the total pounds of asphalt needed to tons. This is done by dividing the total pounds of asphalt needed by 2,000, since a ton equals 2,000 pounds. The result is the asphalt tonnage needed to make the repair. Please note, to ensure adequate material for the patch, round up the tonnage to the nearest ton or half ton.